Conditions perfect out there. Bit of dew on the field early morning, but with the sun coming out already now for more than half an hour on the field, most of that is cleared up. So great conditions for bowling and batting. Nice looking shot to the covers by Hendrik, just getting a single. Ruan bowling a very straight line at the moment. We have seen straight wicket to wicket in the previous weekend worked. This is a different pitch. Let's see if the same tactics will hold up this weekend. Okay. Morning to everyone tuned in. This is the Netbang Desert Ice T20 League, powered by Pay Today. Welcome to everyone. Oh, big flashy shot there by Michael. Will it drop safe? Yes, just in front of the boundary. Fielder not able to get under that. Bit of a loose shot there by Michael. Obviously getting a bit frustrated because there's not a lot of runs is flowing from the bat at the moment. And Etungu Kudus now 8 for the loss of 0 after 1.4 overs. Again, almost a similar shot played by Hendrik, flashing outside off, cutting it high in the air. That goes all the way for 6 runs. Great shot there. Someone on the boundary, but it had no luck getting to that. Fielders are cramped in on the offside. We see we've got a point, covers, and a short sweeper in. Better over here for Etungu Kudus, getting that 6. Already 9 of the over. That's the over done for Ruan. Bit of hard luck there, getting that 6 against him. I think that was a great shot in the end, flashing outside. Etungu's new batting lineup seems to be working. Current run rate just hovering above 7.5 for the Etungu Kudus. Michael Miller on 2 of 5 and Hendrik 10 of 7. Big slash outside off, just clearing the covers. Bit of luck there for Hendrik. That could have gone both ways, either almost to the boundary or in the hands of the fielder. Sean Fisher reading play quite well. He sees that the offside is the area to target, especially with the 2 playing strong on that side, and just maybe he'll get a bit of bounce. Again, too full. That half volley length, will it go all the way? Stop in front of the boundary. Well collected there by the Central Sunrisers. Good, great teamwork. Bit of a hand clap there between the 2. Very good combination of fielding between the 2 there. Bowling to Hendrik. He's definitely going to go for it. He's pulling the trigger already, trying to go over the top. 2 overs already gone in the power play. Michael and Hendrik will probably have to put some gas in or step on the pedal here to get some extra runs. Bit of a stare down there by Michael Miller on Sean Fisher. Sean Fisher collecting the ball there, shying in, hitting the bat of Michael Miller. Not impressed by that. Lucky there for Michael Miller. Going for a very late cut. Just getting a bottom edge. Directly down to the ground. Collected by the keeper, JP. Captain of the Central Sunrisers. Sun now shining well and proper. Fielders already probably feeling the heat out there. This is Namibia. Land of the brave. Again, Michael also goes that way over the covers. Will they cut it off? Yes, the fielder on the boundary. Sweeper just gets in there in time. They still go through for 2 runs. I hope the Central Sunrisers did some case studies of the games last weekend. We saw they're taking off pace, bringing in the spinners earlier, and maybe 1 or 2 loopy bowlers. Not putting too much pace on the ball helps, with the catches, and then obviously timing on the pitch is difficult. It is a new pitch that we are playing on this weekend, but still the condition could be very similar to what we had last weekend, especially with pitch conditions, carry of the ball, and then reaching the boundaries. Etungu Kudus with a score of 20 for the loss of none. Starting very well here. Only 5 of the previous over. Etungu Kudus maybe not doing enough of the power play at the moment. We saw some very quick starts last weekend by the Green Mambas, reaching almost 93 in the first 9 overs. Running at close to 10.1. I think most teams will have to try and do that, because in the latter stages, especially with the softer ball, the shine going off, very difficult to reach the boundary, and then also the ball not carrying that far. So catches will definitely come middle to the latter stage of the game. Again, for everyone watching and tuning in, this is the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League, powered by Pay Today. For anyone wanting to tune in, we've got the YouTube channel from Desert Ice T20 League live going on. For more information, please visit the Desert Ice website or our Facebook and social media pages to get the live links. Straight drive there from the second ball of Ruan. 2 fours now inconsecutive of each other. A bit of pressure now on the bowler to recover from this. Etungu Kudus now trying to put some gas and see if they can accelerate this run rate. Ruan bowling stump to stump, very straight. That is the idea. But I think still too much pace on the ball. Maybe he has to play a bit around with some of his tactics. Slower ball, cross seam. Just variations we saw works quite well on this pitch. Spinners getting away with that. And then some of the quick bowlers from last weekend doing very well with tactical balls, just a bit of mind games. One or two bounces coming in, fuller delivery lengths, and then obviously taking pace of the ball. Brilliant off drive there by Michael Miller. Unfortunately, direct to the fielder. Collected, but Michael now looking in good form. Him and Hendrik is now running along nicely. Michael 7 of 11, Hendrik 19 of 12. 30 for the loss of none after 3.5. Oh, brilliant shot there by Hendrik. Just through the gap of covers and point position. Running all the way for 4 runs. No one in the deep to cover that. Restriction still holding the field placement back. Clever batting there by Hendrik. Real clever batting. Picking up on that delivery very early. We see a bowling change coming in now for the Central Sunrisers, still opting for medium paces into the attack. Again, that outside offline working well. Maybe needs to bring it in a bit more. Danger of getting smashed over the covers again is always there, and then playing that off the body might be easier for the singles. 120, 140, easily defended last weekend. Hubaba's doing stunningly well last weekend to defend 120. One or two other teams defending 140 odd runs. And then the Mambas getting away with a bit of a big score there, 170 something. Unfortunately for the team chasing, couldn't reach that. So yes, a bit of different scores last weekend, but surely I would say competitive score, anything between 140, 150 can be defended, especially when choosing your bowling lineup. We see now projected score in the region of 160, 170 odd runs. A lot less extra deliveries this weekend, especially in the start. Conditions probably has got much to do with that. One or two wides only bowled up to now. Last weekend we saw multiple wides in the first 2-3 overs. Great shot, picked up on the short length, not the area to bowl. You need to be fuller than that. Picked up by Michael Miller. What a beautiful stroke there by the young lad. That's what we want to see of him. More and more of that. Big 6. That would have cleared most boundaries. Michael Miller now just starting to speed up on the runs. He's just creeped up over run a ball. So 15 of 14, looking good. Always great to see rotation between the two batsmen. One batsman started off a bit slower than the other. That's exactly what Etungu Kudus did here. Hendra going from it set on, and Michael just getting his eye in, maybe steadying the ship, doing the changeover, and sorting out that they do the rotation, strike rotation quite well. 44 the loss of 0 after 4.4, almost on 10 runs per over. Bit of a loose shot there by Michael, not maybe intended where it went, but it ran all the way down to deep third, going for 4 runs. Just joining me now, co-commentator Asad Abbas. Good day, Asad. Conditions looking perfect for cricket today.
Good morning, Willie. Yes, beautiful day for cricket.
Batsman really doing well. We see the young Michael Miller, son of CEO Cricket Namibia, joining in the batting lineup for Etungu Kudus today. A bit of a spike up. I think they saw from the last weekend that there is some good teams in the league, so they had to beef up their batting a bit more.
I think so far it's been a good power play for Etungu Kudus. 48 after 5 for no loss. Looks to be a little bit one-sided so far. Sunrisers choosing to bowl first after winning the toss and not being able to capitalize is going to be a sign of worry for the Sunrisers.
Yes, by the looks of it, I mean, we're only in the 5th over. Spin is only coming on now, but it looks like 200 can be on the board. This might be the first 200 that we see in the league.
Yeah, it looks like a good batting track. Let's see if the ball grips and turns, but it did not offer anything to the medium pacers.
Most preferred pitch for anyone playing on United. Some feedback from some of the players. They like this pitch number 2. It's got good bounce. So exactly what you said. Not always good for the pacers, especially with the slow pitch. We see that it's not skidding through. My tactics would still be quick bowler and a spinner, or just a very, very off slow medium for the start.
I don't know, Willie. It might still turn out to be a good toss to lose for Sunrisers. If it's going to continue behaving like this, maybe it will get easier to chase on as usual on United. It's not turning and it's not skidding, it's not gripping. Straighter delivery by Myberg this time and put to task by Muller. Well placed in the gap.
Perfect back foot on drive there by Michael Miller. Beautiful shot. Talented young bloke. Yes, so just coming back to the delivery we see don't work. You need to bowl a length, try to intrigue the batsman over the top, then hopefully get some spin or something odd happening with the ball to get a bit of turn for outside, hope for outside edge or a bit of a miss hit.
Those who are joining us this morning, you can catch us live on YouTube. The link is available on our Facebook page, Impact Cricket. Straighter one into the gap for 4. A similar shot. Michael moving along nicely, 24 of 20 deliveries. You can also watch our games live on DSTV 285 and on the NTV Live 1UP platform.
Michael Miller giving us a great showcase here of how to play spin, especially when you're bowling short. On drive for 4 runs now. Mike will have to change his tactics. better bowling. But if you're going to bowl there, surely you need to have some protection on that side. Too easy to get that in that line and just push it there maybe for 1-2s. So we see, I think it is Sean in the deep there, making good coverage of the ball. But still, Etungu Kudus running 2 there. Still too short there by Viapia.
That's the end of the power play. Kudus 58 for no loss, 59 for no loss. This is really probably the best power play of the tournament so far by a batting.
For sure, we saw 1 or 2 quick starts in, but this is definitely really good for Etungu Kudus. Close to 10 runs per over with a loss of no batsmen. So yes, they're going to feel confident going for the shots. Miller now well into form. 31 of 3, looking really good. Playing some smooth drives there, especially on the back foot. That shows talent and class from the youngster. Hendrik now behind on Michael. Only the 31 or 13. So also Hendrik now taking some him. He had to go big start. And Etungu Kudus doing really, really well with their batting line.
Francois Dieter comes into the attack.
Big shout out there to our umpires as well. Today clothed in the Net T20 League shirt. Looking really good. Standing out in the field. Four runs, big slash there by Hendrik Miller on the outside off. He's now going each ball, trying to get runs of it. Looking good at the moment. Intentionally going over the top with the pace still ongoing. Tactic check there in the previous overs, bringing Didier Mayber doing some spin, maybe bowling not the best of lines and lengths, and getting back. Way too short, well picked up by Hendrik Miller, going all the way for 6. Beautiful back foot pull, almost in the region of cow corner, between cow corner and long on. What a brilliant shot there, sound of nice crack. 10 runs of the over, pressure now very, very much on Central Sunrisers here. Bowling setup that they've used up to now not working out. Cool hit there by Michael Miller. Big shot and then just playing strike rate. Very good by Michael Miller. Oh, bit of a luck shot there. Just getting the inside air. Must say, Etungu Kudus running well between the wickets. If there's a chance, they take the single. Running singles very easily. Sunrisers will have to perform a bit better in the field, cover those singles and 2s quicker. In the runs scored at the moment, everything very outside off a bit too short. All those short balls has gone for big runs, 4s and 6s flying when it's short. We now see Michael Miller picking up a few 6s. And the last one, beautiful stroke, just clearing that mid wicket corner region, the area between cow corner.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today.
Definitely
A
something
simple,
in the pitch today.
fast,
Coming on
and
well.
convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
Just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
PB Meiberg coming to the attack again now, busy with his second over. Doing very well with the first 2 balls. Just one conceded far. It's looking nice with that green pattern on it. We haven't seen any green kits. Big shy. Easy single there by the looks of it. Michael Miller doing good work of running between the wickets. Great call. Etungu is making it difficult for the Sunrisers to keep the score down. Even stealing singles where it almost looks impossible. Oh, very nice stroke there by Michael. Using the feet quite well, the young lad. I think he just had to warm up. Brilliant fruit stroke. Probably soon going to see more of that. Hendrik now opting to go for the bigger shots. A lot of batsmen still in the dugout to come. Chris inside, he would like these two to probably bat right through. They're looking really good. Michael Miller now 6 runs away from his 50. Hendrik 29 of 19. Current run rate 9.75. Etungu really doing well. Most of the power play. VPS Meiberg's last over, just pulling the right, maybe a bit back, back a bit. Just 5 runs off. So yeah, the first over that we see going below 6, I think, taking on a bowler, trying to read his leg. Seems like Ravi is also is a medium pacer.
But the fact that it looks to me he should be bowling full and outside off. Try to get an edge. It's probably because Heinrich has a strong onside, especially he can go across the line and hit you for a boundary. But yes, it's going to be medium pace. I don't know what length they're going to target.
Going to go full. You're going to go full. You need to target those feet areas. Not given much room to move. Hendrik and Michael Miller probably now seeing the ball very well. So you'll have to be very, very direct with your bowling and choose specific spots to aim at.
This is a little bit too predictable at this level. But the field set you can already tell is going to be a full and wide, and batsman seems to be ready for those deliveries. On this occasion, it was a misfield, cost them a boundary. But looks to me that batsman knows exactly where the bowler is going to bowl.
getting away with that short one. I mentioned preferred pitch. See anything low at the moment. All the balls coming nicely. That's also helping the batsman a lot. They know if they just swing through the line, ball's going to go. And you can now hear that they're hitting the ball cleaner and cleaner. Hitting off the bat very nicely. I think that's the first clean cover drive, over the top cover drive that Hendrik has hit, and that was hit very well. He's few, missed it one or two, but that was surely out of the bat.
Straight to the fielder, in and out. This is going to cost them dearly. A drop catch by Sunrisers when Kudus are closing at 86 for no loss after 8.4 overs.
Assad, yes, big chance there for them. What a let off. That could have changed the game again. Looking into the sun, maybe. Lining the fielder.
Brilliant slower one this time for Warwick. Plan was there to bowl full and wide. The fielder was there for the catch.
Like you said, Assad, you predicted that. That's what they're going to try and do, especially with that bit of a medium pace. Not really anything in it. Flashed really hard at it, and looking at it, the boundary is quite long on that side. Fielder just needed to collect it. Almost a trying to play that one a bit finer, getting through the point, and very fine point and super area, running all the way for 4 runs. Hard luck for the bowler. Definitely bowling with captain asked outside off, maybe just a tad too short. 3 fours from that over, 13 runs in it. Another straight IPL level cricket. We see Hardik Pandya. I think he dropped in one of the previous games. He dropped 3 catches in one match.
Yeah, man, it's not today. Another bowling. Parlow comes into the The pitch is doing nothing at the moment for the bowlers. Misses his line, wide ball by fire. Trying to go straighter. Idea to target the stumps. And the single behind square leg. Parlow keeping things quiet. Really, the looks of it could even be a score above 200 at this rate.
Yes, something for other teams to have a look at. Is definitely good runs. Maybe getting lucky with that catch not getting caught. As I'm speaking now, Hendrik on 49 of 32. Apologies there. Michael Miller on 9. That is 50. Well done, young lad. That's his 50 on the board. Great batting by Michael Miller. 50 of 33. Strike in the region of 160. Very well played by young lad. Must say, the batting champ Freeman, captain of the Etungu side, came off. Unorthodox shot there by Hendrik. Just playing that around the hips, lifting the leg, getting it very fine, and the gully, short gully, couldn't collect. Ball running all the way for 4 runs. Assad runs coming very freely. This is looking way easier for Etungu Kudus. Central Sunrise now very much on the back foot. Maybe a few heads now hanging there in the field. I think JP and Chris needs to talk to the lads. Just maybe get back together and just tell everyone the game isn't over. We fight till the end.
I think Sean will have to bring the attack at this point to definitely partnership. They want and being call is for 2. Comfortably making it. This is good running by the Kudus. End of the 10th over, 103 for no loss. Michael Muller on 50 of 33, Hendrik 46 of 27. No problems whatsoever for the batting side. And
Very, very intimidating score that if you are the team. 103 for the loss of none. So even if I see that on a scoreboard, I would be intimidated. We don't see that a lot. I have not seen that in our league up to now. Again, we've seen our extras also creeping in 2 wides in the last over. Like
cash,
mentioned, JP calling
no
all the
stress.
players together, having an
Just grab your order.
And just on your way.
It's effortless with today.
another bowling changer. Janu now bowling his first over.
taking the pace off the ball can actually work. There was a team talk between the overs. JP coming up with a plan. If he keeps it full and keep attacking the stump with a little bit less pace, it will make it difficult for the Kudus to score runs freely. Time into the gap and it's going to go for 4. Brilliant batting by Hendrik. And that is going to be his century. Only 29 balls.
Central Sunrisers, their worst enemy at the current stage. Short covers, just not collecting the ball, going straight through his hands or legs, running there for 4 runs, going over the top. I think Hendrik is now going to go for each ball. After that 50, he's got nothing to lose. Hendrik and Michael Miller now playing seesaw between the runs. Michael getting first to his 50. Now Hendrik getting to his 50, immediately going on to 60. But I would say that the length not too bad, but the line might be too wide outside off, and then there's no play in tactics. A ball, just one doing the offset, doing the cutter, over ball. We saw a lot of that last weekend, and it definitely worked out. We looked at from last week. Spur Warriors taking 3 wickets in over, I think, or 2 wickets in one over, and a wicket in the consecutive over.
Yeah, I think Jan Fury will learn a lot from that over. And as suggested, Sean Fouché makes his way to the attack. They need him at this time. They need to break this partnership. They need to bring their back bowler in. How Sean approaches. Beautiful cover dive. Was it a misfield? Good stop by the fielder. Deep. Definitely saving 2 runs.
Brilliant fielding effort there, Asad. Yes. We see
Looking good.
looking really, really good. Just a comment, I see Rasta there from Central Sunrisers on the boundary ropes, bringing water to all the fielders. We see that the fielding is now getting to the Central Sunrisers, running around hectically. We see another long there from the boundary in. Kaylin Green. Central Sunrisers opting for Kaylin Green to play this week for them. She just collected the ball and threw it in. Had to make a lot of meters to get to that ball. Etungu Kudus with Miller and Hendrik. Still running quite well.
Really, I still think it may still turn out to be a very good decision to chase on this wicket. The way we have seen this wicket behaving, it has nothing for the balls at all. It's not seeming, no moving at all. It's not staying low. It's true bounce. You can just close your eyes and go through with your shot. Just like that.
Very good. Also, the run whisperers, they will definitely be using him a lot, so he will need to be in fit condition, because as we see, spin and slower bowling on this pitch is working, and we have not seen much of it. I only think it's VP Meiber that came in to do spin. Central Sunrise is not reading the conditions according to my observation. And then making it way too easy for the Etungu Kudus to score.
I think Kaylin Green could have been a good option, just to try to buy a wicket or 2.
JP, captaincy tactics a bit odd for me today. I thought that on the second or third change, we would see a lot more spin bowling coming in. Like you mentioned, Kaylin, I think they've got 2 or 3 other options as well. But JP, in his career, probably playing a lot on this pitch, assessing it, pre-knowledge. And I would still agree with that, but you need to have a lot more pace than the current pace bowlers that we see. Sean Fisher, not doing bad, so you see the extra pace definitely working well, but still not one of the quickest. We would like to see Tangi Nyoma or Ben Shikongu or one of the quicker guys bowl on this, see how it is to work out for them. Maybe see if bowling, real quick bowling, can make a difference in power play at least. Seems like Sean Fisher is chatting there to the new bowler, Albert, just giving him some heads up and maybe a few pointers. Albert looks to be a slow pacer. I'm not sure if he's a spin bowler. Not a very long run up by the bowler.
So I think, Willie, it will come down to selection between the two teams. I don't think Sunrisers selected too many spinners for this game. They have already used 5 medium pacers and 1 spinner.
We see a bit complete change in tactic and sides here by Central Sunrisers, and I do comment. Ball just way to the leg side, couldn't be collected by the keeper. 4 buys, if I'm not mistaken. Or was there a fine touch on it?
7 medium.
Oh, so there was a fine touch on it. Batsman did get something on it, then obviously bowling way too leggish. Bowler just needs to get that line correct.
Bowled him!
Change
Slower
of-
delivery into the stumps. Hendrik going way too early.
I still think Central Sunrisers should have done this a lot earlier. Take the pace off the ball. We see this has worked. And just bowling that channel, stump to stump. You miss it. Slower. Maybe still not late. Too late for the tactic to come on. 2-3 quick wickets now could definitely sway the game back and just bring some steadiness to the Central Sunrisers bowling. Hendrik doing really, really well. 71 of 35. I think that might be the highest score for the league. 71. We saw a 70 for Henry Hayes. I'm not 100% sure, but it could be one of the biggest scores nonetheless. We haven't seen 100 yet. It's definitely coming, especially when we look at conditions today.
Yeah,
Pitch
Hendrik-
playing beautiful, wind not even blowing up to now. So, gonna be a warm day out there.
Hendrik van der Walt, 71 of 35 deliveries, 9 fours, 3 sixes, at a strike rate of 202.8. A brilliant innings. Comes to an end.
Just a replay of that wicket again. Hitting the leg stump. Just a bit deviation off the pitch. Definitely the seam doing its job. Slower bowling.
That is a beautiful sight for any bowler.
He's going to put another ad on 14 overs.
Okay.
How do you pronounce her name? Adele.
Adele Funzel. Adelaide. French.
Adele now coming in for the Etungu Kudus, already facing her first ball. That ball going wide-ish, wide called, so she's not off the mark yet.
Up in the air. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it's taken. Michael Muller departs.
Michael
Albert
Muller.
de Klerk taking 2 wickets in the same over.
Definitely what we want to see. I just mentioned that commentator's curse. 2-3 quick wickets now will definitely help Sunrisers getting this back. We now see 137 for the loss of 2. The 2 big batsmen going out. Great stuff. Michael Miller going there for the shot. I think it was on. Just maybe played too early on it and then getting way too much elevation. Still a brilliant knock there by the lad, and as well, brilliant catch there by the man in the deep. Kind of looking to collect it almost on the second chance, just ball bumping almost out of the hands, but still great catch on the circumstances. Ball going very high, and Albert doing really well. 2 wickets in 1 over.
Yeah, this can be a game changer for Sunrisers. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for them. Both openers now back in the dugout. Chris Freeman now needs to finish this innings.
Asad, I just need to come back to this. I don't understand why JP didn't do this earlier. We saw that the slower bowling is working. Middle overs, at least from 8 to 16, you have to use those slower guys. Use the spin. Try and see if you can bamboozle the batsman by, trying to hit through the line.
6 this time by Chris Freeman to open his account.
Sliding that ball down. Maybe I had a chance of hitting the stump. Went on to hit the pads, but that is...
Huge appeal, but definitely missing leg. Okay, you can play the ad. Can play the ad.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
Myberg to continue from the southern end. Straight to the fielder, no run. Sunrisers are now trying to put pressure on the Kudus. See if they can restrict them to under 200. Just a single at long on. Green collects it, throws it back to the bowler.
You see definitely a bit of more urge in the fielding now. Team looking, spirits are back. They're fielding, bowling well. Almost as if they've got a bit of a belief we can keep this under 200.
It will depend on Chrisman now to finish the innings properly. That was a brilliant delivery. I don't know how that missed the off stump. Can we look at it again from zoomed in? Okay, leave it for now.
Too short, too short. Bowler needs to get that line and length right. VP not bowling the best length at the moment. Still think he needs to loop it a lot more, getting that into that, 2.5 meter space away from the stumps. Again, we shoot the shorter. Is that a collect? Oh, could have been a chance there. A shy and a quick collection and a shy at the stumps to the keeper side. Could have been a different story. Etungu Kudus really doing well still to retake strike. Run rate still 10.5. Even with the loss of the 2 wickets, things are still in their favor, going really well. 6 overs left just to reach that elusive 200 mark.
Good tight over by Pierre Myberg. Just 4 runs off it. And I think Albert is going to continue from the southern end.
I would also bowl him again, Assad, especially with his previous over. Assad, slower bowling, doing it here for Albert. I must say, oh, that's up in the air. Is that a chance? What a catch in the deep! A screamer of a catch there. That is Chris Freeman going back to the dugout. What a ball there.
And that is some great camera work.
Brilliant replay there from the catch taken. A blinder. We can see that late correction made by the fielder. I think that is a spectacular catch. Looking directly into the sun. We saw the late movement of the hands. The young man taking that catch.
Chris Freeman departs. There was a lot on his shoulders. Can the Sunrisers pull things back?
Yes.
3 down now after 147. 6 overs still to go. De Klerk again, another wicket for him.
3 now to Albert. We see now our tactics being correct. Couldn't be better. They have to use the slower bowlers in this game. I hope that Chris Freeman is listening to us. Otherwise, he's going to have to deal with the same kind of beating. Bowling tactics by Albert working out stunningly. 3 wickets to the man. Still going expensive, but I mean taking the wickets. That is what we want to see. We need to get into the lower order batsmen. Brilliant over here by Albert. Adele still new to the wicket, and then Willem Lottering in. Also not completely settled in yet. Bit of a let off there for Albert. Bowling maybe again just a tad too much to the leg side. Willem missing that one. Not getting on top of it completely. Score now 149 for the loss of 3 after 15. This is a great pullback by the Sunrisers. We hope they can do this more and more.
Yeah, just 2 runs off this over so far. Can they restrict them? Looks like maybe even under 170 if things keep going like this. Shout for LBW, very close.
Maybe a good review on that would help.
Let's look at it again. Flighted delivery.
Again, it's as if I had to have a talk with the bowling team in advance. A bit of more loopy bowling. Again, that is too short.
Close to the bowler. Lucky to not have gotten caught.
So I still think VP needs to loop it a bit more and just take the pace off. Don't give the batsman any pace and giving them the idea that it might be turning.
Quicker one this time. Well played by Lottering just for a single. William Lottering, batter of the tournament last year.
Just a correction there, that punch shot. Just a fine guide. Are they going to steal that single? A quick collection could have made a big difference there. As you mentioned, Sunrise is not as good as they seemed last weekend with the fielding. A bit of a misfield here and there could have made already a big difference. 2 collections that I think was not taken and had the chance of a wicket going to begging. Another one, is that going to be a shy? No. Opting for the further keeper stumps, and I think he had a chance just going close by, shying for the bowler's end.
Another tight over, just 3 runs off it. Kudus now 153 for 3 after 16. 200 still possible, but if you look at the last 3 overs, things are becoming more and more difficult for them.
Yes, Asad, maybe they can pull that back to 8.5. I'm not sure if 8 is possible, but bringing it back to 8.5 or close to 9 would definitely be good for the Central Sunrisers. And maybe even a loss of 2 wickets or 1 or 2 wickets now could also help that further. But I still think the score currently on the board is a good one for Etungu Kudus. We haven't seen too many scores above that.
I think the way Kudus started, Sunrisers will take anything under 170, 180.
Totally agree there, Asad. But yes, Sunrisers maybe opting for too many medium and pace bowlers. And we immediately see change of pace doing its job and not going for much runs. If they get singles of the last 4 overs, that means 24. So we're looking in the region of 178, 180. Let's see if Central Sunrisers can pull it off.
How did that miss the leg stump? The bowler cannot believe it. It was a late swing, a fuller delivery by Albert de Klerk.
Holding my face here in disbelief. Going across the line inside of the bat and then going through bat and pad, and just don't know how that didn't clip the leg stump. Same shot, hitting this one a bit more clean, Adele, and getting the single for that. Boundary is now drying up a bit here for Etungu Kudus. The big batters at the start doing their job, but now the middle order is struggling to find the boundaries.
Another fuller delivery with a little bit of a tail, late swing in the air.
One bowler doing the most of reading the conditions. His figures are just getting better and better. 18 for 3 wickets after almost 3 overs. Last ball of the over to come.
Is that going to go for 4? Fielders are after it. Just stops before the boundary. Batsman cross for 2.
Still really good by Albert. Last ball going for 2 runs. Again, just 5 of the over.
Albert de Klerk now 20 for 3 wickets after 3 overs. Brilliant spell so far. But Willie, just let me point something out here. The wind has started to pick up, and which is why Albert is getting late swing on fuller deliveries. This is not a good news for the Sunrisers, who are coming into bat after a while.
Yes, ball definitely going to move a bit more in the second innings. Again, this comes down to the play between quick bowling, but proper quick bowling, and then obviously using your very slow bowlers with the late swing. So yes, it might be that the Central Sunrisers are going to find it difficult to bat in the second innings.
Bowl them! Going across the line, another foolish delivery targeting the leg stump. Should have just played on drive.
Adele opting there for a risky shot, but that is because of boundaries not coming. Just 5 rounds of the last over, trying to improvise there to get some maybe a loose 4 or more runs on the board, and then losing a wicket. Etungu Kudus do have a long batting lineup. Oh, great replay there. Brilliant replay there by the camera crew and our broadcasting team showing us that clip. Always nice to see bells flying, leg stump getting hit. Yes, we like to see the 4s, but like I said, competitive scores are due to great bowling, and that bowling, if we get those type of replays, we see that is looking good.
Kudus now 157 for 4 after 17.1 overs. Run rate dropping down to almost 9. At back foot point.
Zander and Lottering will now try and push the run rate. 2 big lads there, both with a lot of arm strength. They need to be wise of what the ball is doing, especially now that Sunrisers has seen what's happening. Not a lot in it yet.
There's no pace to work with. So up in the air. There's a fielder out there and is going to be caught.
Brilliant catch in the deep. Tactics working. Fielder showing back to the bowler. Just looping that, just getting a bit of off cut. Wickets now falling like dominoes.
Again, lack of pace working for the Sunrisers. They realized it late, but nevertheless. Let's have a look at it again. No pace whatsoever on the ball. And an easy catch. Long off.
Brilliant catch. But you could clearly see that came off the toe of the batsman's bat. Not hitting it as nice and sweet as we've seen Michael Miller and Hendrik hit that. So yes, I think the change of pace again. We see Ruan now with 2 wickets in 1 over. Doing really well. Maybe went for a couple against the 2 opening batsmen. They liked the pace a bit more. And pressure now on the batsman to go for the runs and then just miscuing that.
Yeah, Ruan Conradi taking a leaf out of Albert de Klerk's book, following the same script. And again, getting 2 wickets in the same over. Courier is supposed to deliver something.
Oh, trouble, trouble. Oh, Pierce just gets back. Pierce just making his ground there, I think.
Side angle quickly, please.
Just have a look at the replay. JP collecting that. Oh, so close. But as mentioned,
Brilliant replay, thank you.
Pierce just making his ground. Brilliant side on camera work there by the broadcasting team.
What do you need from Nash?
Always nice to see these replays. Only 6 runs in the last 2 overs. Ruan and de Klerk doing really well in his last over to pull back the runs. This is what we want to see. Sunrise doing really well. That below 170 score now looking real. If there can be another 2 low-scoring overs. Pierce now and Zander, a lot of pressure on them to score runs. Just to get that mark up to maybe 170, 180.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
Partners when you get time. Gonna be back.
Seems to have another bowling change here. Might have, should have kept the Klerk on. We have seen that the quick bowling hasn't worked well. Another leggish delivery. Will that run for 4 runs? Yes. Ball getting the better of the 2 fielders chasing it. Sean going for 2 fours now consecutive. Or is that a single and a 4? Lottering and Piers now trying to push the run rate. Yes. We saw that as 2 consecutive 4s. Not going to plan for the Central Sunrisers here. I would definitely keep the slower bowl. Dot ball there for Sean. Not many of those do you see. We see that the pace bowling has not gone to the bowler's side. Sean going for a couple of runs in his over. Opting for the fuller the length. Oh, misfield again. Central Sunrisers, come on, boykies. You need to do better than that. We need to stop those singles if you want to be competitive. big shout out to our partners. One has to remember competition in leagues like this is only possible if we have sponsors attending. So big shout out to our main sponsor Nedbank and Pay Today for giving us this opportunity. Then to our affiliate and co-sponsors Cricket Namibia, Nambat Doc, UNAM University, Afrideca and Synergy, our broadcasting team. A big shout out to them and a big thumbs up. This competition is turning out to be stunning. The broadcasting from Synergy's side up to par and looking really good, showing us those replays. Afrideca supplying us the scaffolding in the back, always behind the scenes, helping out. UNAM for facilitating and some pitch conditions. Nambat Doc giving us all the sponsored material along the sides and giving us very good social media back coverage. Cricket Namibia always in the scene trying to help out well and also supplying us with some of the materials for the games. Pay Today, all our transactions and on-field decisions, and then obviously Nedbank coming as our main sponsor. A big shout out to them. Some quick bowling here by Ruan. We saw there the first ball smacked. I think that was in the cow corner, just a bit squarish cow corner region, flying all the way. Oh, an outside edge there. Umpire sticks the finger and the batsman needs to take a walk. Very reluctant look there on the batsman's face. But Zander needs to leave. 17 off 7. Doing a bit of a quick impact there. Much needed, I think, there for the Etungu Kudus. So he shouldn't hang his head. Did really well to get that score very close now to 180. 3 balls still remaining in the innings.
Yeah, a strike rate of 242. 17 of only 8 deliveries. That was a good impact inning. Cameo by Zander Lombard. And I think that's what took them across 175. Still 3 balls to go. Three balls still to go. Can the Kudus capitalize and get as many runs as possible from here? I must still commend the Central Sunrisers to pulling things back. It was definitely looking like something north of 220 runs halfway through the inning.
Could this be the highest score we see in the league? Assad, only 2 runs in it, I think. Can they manage another 6 or 2 to chase that close as possible to that 190?
Well bowled again by Ruan Conradi. Came in sharply. No room for the batsman to do anything about it. Really, coming back to the score, I think this is a very good batting wicket if you apply yourself correctly, like the openers from the Kudus. I still think 200 is still on cards for any teams. There's still 2 more games to go after this. And Mambas are playing this afternoon. We can expect big scores there. Full toss, straight to long off.
Lucky to get away with that. Only a single of it. Assad, yes, we see some conditions changing. We see a northwesterly, westerly wind blowing now more and more and more. So I think those medium to slow paces are going to get a lot of late swing, and then seam deviation also coming into play. So I think Chris is going to make more use of his slower bowlers. Damon just not getting bat on that one. And is that the end of the innings? Yes. End of the innings. Similar score to what the Green Mambas had. 177 for the loss of 6 after they allowed 20 overs. I think this is still a very competitive score by the Etungu Kudus. I think it will be difficult in the circumstances to get that score rate. We did see the up and down seesaw from the two openings batsmen, and doing really well to put on 113, I think, for the loss of the first wicket.
We will see you. Please stay tuned. Catch us again in a few minutes for the second innings, where Sunrisers need 178 runs from 20 overs. It's not going to be easy, as my
Paying
friend
school
Billy
fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill, easy.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
Middle to the latter stage of the game. Again, for everyone watching and tuning in, this is the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League, powered by Pay Today. For anyone wanting to tune in, we've got the YouTube channel from Desert Ice T20 League live going on. For more information, please visit the Desert Ice website or our Facebook and social media pages to get the live links. Straight drive there from the second ball of Ruan. 2 fours now inconsecutive of each other. A bit of pressure now on the bowler to recover from this. Etungu Kudus now trying to put some gas and see if they can accelerate this run rate. Ruan bowling stump to stump, very straight. That is the idea. But I think still too much pace on the ball. Maybe he has to play a bit around with some of his tactics. Slower ball, cross seam. Just variations we saw works quite well on this pitch. Spinners getting away with that. And then some of the quick bowlers from last weekend doing very well with tactical balls, just a bit of mind games. 1 or 2 bounces coming in, fuller delivery lengths, and then obviously taking pace of the ball. Brilliant off drive there by Michael Miller. Unfortunately, direct to the fielder. Collected, but Michael now looking in good form. Him and Hendrik is now running along nicely. Michael 7 of 11, Hendrik 19 of 12. 30 for the loss of none after 3.5. Oh, brilliant shot there by Hendrik. Just through the gap of covers and point position. Running all the way for 4 runs. No one in the deep to cover that. Restriction still holding the field placement back. Clever batting there by Hendrik. Real clever batting. Picking up on that delivery very early.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers? Easy.
Split the lunch bill? Easy.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
No cash? No stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers? Easy.
Split the lunch bill? Easy.
No cash? No stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers? Easy.
Split the lunch bill? Easy.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple.
Great shot, picked up on the short length, not the area to bowl. You need to be fuller than that. Picked up by Michael Miller. What a beautiful stroke there by the young lad. That's what we want to see of him. More and more of that. Big six side came off. Unorthodox shot there by Hendrik. Just playing that around the hips, lifting the leg.
Fast and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving.
If he keeps it full and keep attacking the stump with a little bit less pace, it will make it difficult for the Kudus to score runs freely. This time into the gap, and it's going to go for 4. Brilliant batting by Hendrik. And that is going to be his half century. Bowled him!
Change
Slower
of-
delivery into the stumps. Hendrik going
wide-ish, wide called, so she's not off the mark yet.
up in the air. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it's taken. Michael Muller departs.
Michael
Albert
Muller.
de Klerk taking 2 wickets in the same 6 this time by Chris Freeman to open his account.
Sliding that ball down. Maybe had a chance of hitting the leg stump if it went on to hit the pads, but that is maybe
Look at it again.
way outside off stump to the leg side.
Huge appeal, but definitely missing leg.
So slower bowling doing it here for Albert. I must say. Oh, that's up in the air. Is that a chance? What a catch in the deep. A screamer of a catch there. That is.
Shout for LBW. Very close. Bowled him. Going across the line, another foolish delivery targeting the leg stump. Bowled him. Going across the line, another foolish delivery targeting the leg stump.
Wise of what the ball is doing, especially now that Sunrisers
Going to be caught.
brilliant catch in the deep. Tactics. Wise of what the ball is doing, especially now that Sunrisers has seen what's happening. Not a lot in it yet.
There's no pace to work with. So up in the air. There's a fielder out there and is going to be caught.
Brilliant catch in the deep. Tactics.
Korea is supposed to deliver something.
Oh, trouble. Oh, Pierce just gets back.
Korea is supposed to deliver something.
Oh, trouble. Oh, Pierce just gets back.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second innings of this first game of weekend 2 in Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League 2026. Etungu Kudus have posted a total of 177. Central Sunrisers require 178 of 20 overs at a required run rate of 8.9 per over. Wessel Myberg and Kaylin Green are on the crease. Tian to start for the Etungu Kudus. Once again, we would like to thank our sponsors, Nedbank, Pay Today, and Evo, for making it possible for us to run this league for the third time. Three dots on the trot by Tian. Willie, welcome back. It's not going to be an easy start for the Sunrisers with the wind now starting to pick up and ball swinging in the air.
Perfect summary there, Asad. Yes, we already see there's one single in the first 4 balls, just getting off the mark now. There's a lot of movement. We saw now 2 big, reaches, almost fetching outside of off. Batsmen always trying to get off the mark quick at the start. But yeah, I think it's a conscious start there by them. They don't want to lose early wickets. So Tian, also one of the better bowlers for Etungu in the previous game. Captain opting to start with him. Brilliant late cut. Almost just guiding that ball down to third. Very important is the single and rotation of strike. We saw that by Hendrik and the young Michael Miller done very well. The two had a very conscious, cricket-wise head on them, especially in that first, 5-6 overs. They weren't going that good. And then suddenly there from over 7 to 12, things just exploded.
In the gap. Yes, that's 4 behind square.
Brilliant shot there. Working that off the legs.
Tian missing the length slightly, little bit fuller, full toss. And Myberg is not going to let that one go.
Is that Lottering coming into the attack? Big lad, long arms, probably going to have a lot of reach, maybe a bit of extra bouncing. Kayleen Green and Myberg will have their job cut out for themselves with the extra bounce. We haven't seen too many short balls. I don't think there was one short ball in the previous bowling session, so would be interesting to see what happens now.
Yeah, I think Lottering has the capability to challenge the batsman with a few shorter deliveries. This one fuller, and we can already see some movement in the air.
Great first ball of his over there. Required run rate just above 9 now. So from Sunrisers' point of view, they just need to have an eye on that. Not get it creep too much above 10.
Little bit on the hard length. Kayleen trying to cut it behind square.
It's almost a reverse innings that we see in normal cricket play, where the power play is actually not going at 10 and over, more in the region of 6 to 7 runs, and then your middle stage has got this big knock on it where the run scores on the boards just creeps up like 13, 14 in an over, and that's where most teams have made it up. I think in the last 5-6 games it's been the same result, and actually now we're seeing almost this tendency continuing with 1.2 overs gone and only 6 runs on the board yet.
Play and a miss. Trying to step towards the pitch of the ball. Missing the line. Yeah, I think the new ball does move a little bit. It was only in the first 2 overs of the first inning it moved slightly a little bit. But after that, batsmen, they got their eyes in and started going after the bowlers.
Again, with the pace of Lottering here and the length that he is, hitting the wickets will be a bit more difficult, and you have to work the ball, I think, a bit more, especially on his side. So walking over the stumps sometimes is not a bad idea. It's obviously a risk that you take on. But I don't think he's going to hit the wickets that much. I think he's more of the guy that you would want to slip in and then, somewhere you've got a deep catching position.
Almost missing the off stump. That was very close. I think Sunrisers will still have to look to rotate strike, take as many singles as possible. They cannot go after the bowling every single ball.
Exactly, yeah. What the young Michael Miller and Hendrik did well is they completely, stole runs from the Sunrisers, rotating strike, going for it. No foot movement there by Kayleen. Almost. And is that a maiden over?
Second maiden of the tournament by William Lottering. 6 dots on the trot. That is going to put immense pressure on the Sunrisers. Myberg needs to talk to Green. They must start rotating strike. Otherwise, it's going to mount until it becomes very difficult to chase anymore.
By this rate, we'll have to think of some kind of a prize for the bowlers who got a maiden over. It's not happening a lot at the moment. You don't see it much in T20 cricket anyway. But as such, getting away with a maiden over in T20 cricket definitely is some kind of a performance prize.
Brilliant shot behind point for 4. That was a beautiful shot to look at by Verpia Myberg. They need more of these.
Yeah, Sid, listen, I just watched a clip this week about Ricky Ponting. Always, coaches try and teach players to look for the field setting, where Ricky Ponting actually mentioned he's looking for the gap. So in his mind, he's looking at where's the gaps and not where's the fielders. He says it's like a mental thing. If you look where the fielders is, you try and hit the ball, and then obviously it might go in that direction, where his type of thinking was always look for the gap.
I think it's more to do with your training and your muscle memory. Playing certain balls in certain areas, you should already train your mind and your body to follow the script without you even thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I just comment on that. They've got a very squarish kind of point position. I'm not sure, and then a deep fine point now for Myberg out. So obviously they know he's very strong on his offside. You could see that cut shot was in between the two players, like he almost had that vision in his mind. And that's why I just made the comment. So brilliant to see that some of the things that we see in cricket and learn on YouTube and all these static channels is actually, playing out on the field.
This is good running, almost straight to the fielder, and they still stole a single. That's exactly how they need to play.
Verpia also probably a bit conscious, not doing well in his first innings last weekend. So probably want to make up for that. Currently 10 of 10. So steady beginning for him. And Kayleen, just one of the 7 she'll have to pick up, especially in the power play session.
That's going to be a wide. Kayleen trying to step towards the ball. Bowler goes wide, but a little bit too much this time. It was a good idea, but execution not 100%.
Almost like a David and Goliath thing there. The one coming down the track and the other one just getting a bit, shell-shocked and then bowling the wide. Brilliant film is still to go for that. But, she needs to now be hitting the ball with intent. Just not pushing at it. She needs to play the stroke fully, complete the shot, go through the shot, make sure that if it hits the gap, it's got a chance of reaching the boundary. With that kind of shot, you'll always maybe get the single, but not even a 2 is on the cards.
I think, Willie, the idea behind this pair, opening pair from the captain, looks like Kayleen is supposed to rotate strike. And Myberg can go after the bowling. But they will need to execute this plan for the captain for them to have a chance in this game.
Run rate at 4, so exactly what you mentioned. They're getting very close to that 9, 10 per over, 10-ish per over.
Just mind you, Willie, if the wind starts picking up, it will become very difficult to score runs from one end, as we have seen usually at United, which means it's going to take out at least half of their runs out of this equation. So if the run rate goes over 10, it's going to become very, very difficult for them to chase it.
All the chasing teams, like mentioned, if it gets close to 10, even if it's in the start of the game, it is very difficult to get on par with that. Now joining us here in the commentary box, our co-commentator and co-partner of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 Challenge League, National Shire. Welcome.
Thank you, Willie. It's looking like a good game right now. You can see that the Northerns today, they came with a different mindset. The Etungu Kudus scoring 170. Who scored runs today?
So the youngster, Michael Miller, really impressed us today. Had the steady ship at the start. Hendrik, from the start, went for it. And they played the seesaw game between each other. Michael Miller reaching his 51st, and then Hendrik got to his 52nd, and then just suddenly shot up to 71 runs of 35 balls. Partnership of 100 and I think odd 20 runs between the two, doing really well. I must say, lacking in all of the games is that big partnership, so they did really, really well.
Wow, Billy, that is impressive. And I can see right now William Lottering, last year's player of the tournament, is having a ball up against VP Myberg, who's one of the top-ranked batsmen there in the Namibian side. It's good to see such competition. Is that going for four? Oh, what a shot. Great fielding.
Just not collected by Adele, I think. And that just slipped through her hands at the boundary. 4 runs. Nash, you're looking brilliant today. Me and Assad, we're coming in our black shirts. And you're the odd one out again, like normal, with your white Impact shirt and Nedbank logos on. Looking flashy, my friend.
You have to be looking good on a Saturday, Billy. Especially when you've got these top teams playing. You can see both teams have beefed up today. Wow, this is impressive. This is proper cricket, very competitive. I wonder if they're actually going to chase this. The Central Sunrisers.
I just commented a bit earlier, anything above 10 from the middle overs is difficult. No team yet has chased any score above 10 in the latter overs. We saw 1 or 2 teams getting very close. But 18 of 3.5, last ball of the over. Probably not what the Sunrisers were hoping for. Risky single, not collected cleanly. Half a chance there for Etungu Kudus.
Run rate is sitting on 9.9 and current run rate is 4.75. For those just joining us, this is the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League, proudly brought to you by Pay Today. We've got the Etungu Kudus up against the Central Sunrisers. Both sides are new in the tournament and they're definitely coming up to the table. Really, last week we had very low scoring games and today we start off with 176. It's good to see more runs on the board in the tournament.
Yes, total contrast from last weekend's opening game, which just saw 2 scores of 120 and 108.
What a brilliant ball there by Tian.
But that is, yeah.
Yorker balled and Green does well to get it out. She digs it out very well and that is 1 run added on to the tally of the Central Sunrisers. 21 runs for the loss of no wickets. VP Myberg and Kaylin Green battling it out. The Etungu Kudus, they look like they're on top, but as long as the Central Sunrisers keep batting like that, they might definitely have a chance. What a quality cover drive from VP Myberg, 4 runs.
Pierce chasing that all the way to the boundary, but too quick. Pierce a big lad, but they're doing his best effort. I think they're trying doing the same tactics as the Etungu Kudus. Etungu started off a bit slow, faster than this. But we see now VP Myberg getting into his form and definitely going to make the most of anything. What a brilliant stop there by the fielder. That was all the way going for 4, just blindly putting his hand out. Jeez, even the bowler holding his head.
That's Hendrik. That was the top scorer today. He does the job with the bat, and now he's showing us his fielding. He's actually up to par. Tian is well here, Vili. You just have to keep bowling wicket to wicket. He misses, you hit. bit outside of Vierpe Marburg, tries to work it. It looks like they've done their homework. They've got a deep point for Vierpe Marburg. He has been known to be a very good cutter of the ball in the Premier League. New bowler coming in, number 11. Up against Vierpe Marburg, who's sitting on 22 of just 20 balls. Oh, not a good delivery. Down leg. Is that going to run to the boundary? Not enough pace. Vierpe Marburg scrambles for 2.
Michael Miller doing his utmost to collect that ball, but just too full and then bouncing just short of him. Still great keeping, getting his hands up, just blocking that. Otherwise, that was a definite 4.
Willie, just looking at the screen right now, there's something very special happening in this over. We've got a Division 2 bowler bowling to a national player who is batting with a women's team national player. What a quality shot. And the keeper is one of the under-19s superstars at this stage.
A great mix there between players at the moment. National players just all round, and almost a national youngster at the keeper. Brilliant shot there by Marburg, just commented by Nash. Very, very strong in his offside. So he's a very good driver of the ball. And then, like mentioned, if you give him anything to cut with, he's going to put you away. We saw that now, just not collected by Pearson. That runs all the way for 4 runs. Well played.
Run rate going up. It's now 5.8. They started off at 3s. Vierpe Marburg looks like he's getting his stride in now. Not a great start from Xander there. He goes 3 wides and goes for a boundary. And Vierpe Marburg does a great job getting off strike. Kaylin Green on strike. And Kaylin can hit big sixes, Villiers. Remember when Zimbabwe came to Namibia on tour, the women's side? She actually scored 70 off 40, if I'm not mistaken. One of the top.
Just as mentioned, she works it around. Very fine. It's going to run all the way for 4 runs. No need to chase that. Yes, Nash, well, I mean, stature of the players, especially if you're a national player, she has got the skill to put it away, just as seen. And I think they just needed to get their feet in the first 3, maybe 4 overs. But now the wheel is turning quite nicely for them.
The power play is not yet gone, and they're sitting on 34 runs already. And Xander seems to be struggling. I haven't seen much swing on the pitch. Was there any movement this morning?
If you're bowling very quick, nothing is moving. You get a bit of seam from the deck. But we've seen the slower bowlers, especially on the other side. We saw de Klerk bowling. He did really well. I think he took 3 wickets. With his pace, he got a lot of late swings, similar to what we saw last weekend. And Vierpe Marburg struggling with the leg spin. Line and length just not working for him today. He went for a couple of runs as 4s and a 6. If Hendrik Miller got, young Miller got the best of him with a few shots, back foot drives, and then obviously pulling it to the cow corner region. So yes, him and Hendrik did very well against the quick bowlers and the spin bowlers.
It's great to see players like Michael Muller joining us here in the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. Willie, did this young man not also score runs in the franchise, the junior franchise that has been going on?
Yeah, he's a brilliant batter and wicket-keeper batsman, the young Michael Muller. Always impresses. might have not performed that well in the franchise up to date. But I mean, he was performing today in the Desert Ice, not shying off to any of the bowlers and playing his shots freely.
A lot of leadership in this team. You can see Chris Freeman pointing out, getting his troops in order as they welcome one of their youngest bowlers. Number 5, marking up his run-up. Geez, the height of that player, really, jeepers. Is a leggy.
Leg spinner coming on, yes.
From 2 meters.
Yes, so he's going to get the extra bounce. Imagine that he's bowling you the top-end bowler. So when he's giving you the flipper, you're probably not going to see the ball, or it's going to come past the helmet.
You know, really back in the day, when you and I used to be the new kids on the block in this game, I remember whenever a coach just sensed that maybe you might grow tall, or if you had good height, he'll never let you bowl spin. You'd be an outright seamer.
Yeah, no, for sure. Chart, I think, plays for VRS, Old Boys Cricket Club, and for VRS Schools Cricket. A very renowned leg spinner, working on his bowling each day, I think. He's got a lot of talent, the young kid. And we need, I think, a lot more spinners, especially unorthodox spinners in our country. We see that too many are trying to bowl, pace. And we have seen that we lack a bit of real pace, but getting there is also difficult. So I think strategy-wise,
that's not a good ball. It receives a full treatment. That is a flat bat shot from Kaylin Green. The ball goes for 4, and she moves on to 12. Not the best ball there from the youngster. He goes short ball and really doesn't go as planned. Kaylin Green will smile, and you can see on the screen the required run rate is still hovering around 9.73. And the Central Sunrisers are going at 7s now. 45 for no loss. A bit of a slider there. Kaylin Green had no answer for that one. She's trying to work it to mid-wicket, getting those singles. It's very important that at this stage of the game, you want to keep the board ticking. You get a boundary, you still need to get 1s and 2s in there. And Central Sunrise really have to make sure that that works for them. They need to just keep this board ticking. They need 133 runs from 13 overs. It's still a lot of time. But they need to make the most out of this. Only 2 balls left in the over. Would like to thank the Umpires Association. The umpires are looking good today. We've got great umpires officiating in these games, keeping everything fair and square. Chris Freeman will get the ball. And there we go. We've got Chris Freeman, the captain of the Etungu Kudus, the Northerns. He'll come in from the Grovemore end with a couple of offies. A great shot from VP Marbeck, just rotating strike. He moves on to 30 of just 25 balls. 7 overs gone, 45 runs on the board. I feel they'll need more than that. Required run rate moves up to 10. Kaylin Green just looking around, where can she get more gaps? How can she go about this over of Chris? A great ball again, wicket to wicket by Chris Freeman. We saw him bowling very well in their previous game, which didn't go as well as they would have wanted. The game ended in the last over, actually on the last ball. Oh, great fielding from Etungu Kudus, keeping things tight. Almost a catch there by the fieldsman at mid-on. Kaylin Green needs to rotate strike. She needs to look to score. Oh, great bowling from Chris. Great bowling. Great fielding. Very energetic. He spices it up for the Northerns. He keeps everything in check. A captain doing his job. A bit of a slower one. Kaylin Green works it to extra cover. William Lottering doesn't throw. Chris Freeman says, relax. We've got them in the bag. 3 dots from the last 5 balls by Chris Freeman. Only 2 runs coming off from the over. A great start from Chris. Viepe Marbert gets another single, and that is 3 runs from the Chris Freeman opening over.
Add if you can.
Paying school fees? Easy.
Quick transfers, easy.
Split the lunch bill. Easy.
Chart.
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 Chart. Yeah.
Chart.
Chart, yeah.
Chart.
Yeah. Chart.
And just say chart.
Chart. Yeah. Like you CH, it's the same sound.
Chart back on from the City end, bowling a better leggies there. Vili, right now things are not looking good for the Central Sunrisers. Any thoughts, any ideas on how they can go about chasing this mammoth total? Big shot. Great fielding from Damon. 2 runs for Viepe Maiberg.
All over, all round, great play there, great shot there by Viepe Maiberg. So, Nash, coming back to your question, I think they will have to open when they get to 10 overs. They will have to look to put their foot on the accelerator. And just as I mentioned that, Maiberg, a bit of an outside slash drive, and it goes all the way for 4. So they'll definitely have to speed up things from over 10. That still leaves them 120 odd runs to chase.
Brilliant stuff from Viepe Maiberg. That was a great shot that he played outside off. He jumps on it. Big cut shot in front of square and goes for 4. Chart doing his best there, bowling wicket to wicket. Oh, is that a fumble? Chris Freeman. And that is 4 runs. He juggles, shows us a bit of footy skills. What team would he be playing for if playing soccer?
Yes, a bit of a fumble there for Chris, but he wouldn't be in my team selection. He's missing the ball completely. I don't know. Rather use his hands.
Big shot, aerial. Is it a catch? What a catch! Viepe Maiberg is sent packing after 2 boundaries. Things don't go his way. Chart brings in the leggy, and Viepe Maiberg just pushes at that one early. It looks like that one's stuck in the pitch.
Still a good catch there by Stuart Pearce. Yes, Nash, we saw this from the bowling from de Klerk for Sunrisers. The slower pace taking off and not getting the same result from the pitch. Not hitting the deck similar. So, as I mentioned in the previous innings, I would use my spinners and slow bowlers, even really slow bowlers. Getting back to that, Chris
Bit
Freeman
of footy.
making a mess of that. Come on, Chris.
Manchester United. That's the team you're supporting in the Premier League. Just saying that, Chris, if you're watching this. Wow, we almost got it.
For all the youngsters out there, it seems like a funny thing to do on the field, but very dangerous actually. If you step on that ball, always the possibility of getting a very big injury in your ankle or even knee. So from my side, and some, like I would say, coaching from the back scene, Chris, please use your hands.
New batter in. It looks like a youngster. Chow to be looking to keep it as planned. He had a bit of a chat with his coach. You can see Michael Muller there just telling him to move around, go backward, have a backward point. Straight one. Oh!
I must say, it's probably very intimidating batting to this tall leg spinner. You see this young lad, it's almost like probably in the region of 2 meters or close to that. And coming in and bowling leg spin, not pace. So you're just thinking about, what is this ball going to do? Is it going to turn? Or what's happening with it?
I mean, at 2 meters, you might just think it's a double bluff. He might just give you a bumper.
I would like to see his quicker ball as well. Central Sunrisers currently 58 for the loss of 1 after 8.5. Not getting to that start that we thought is going to happen. Playing conditions slightly changing from what it was this morning. A lot more wind. And I must say, Chris doing the quick change on medium pacers and spinners a lot earlier than JP did for the Etungu Kudus. So I think that's a big playing factor. The big difference between the two teams is how good they use their spinners and really slow paces.
I mean, Vili, we also saw that last week, and that is a quality shot over the top, over Hendrik. And that is 4 runs for Kaylin Green. Looks like she's putting her foot down. 17 runs from 22 balls, Kaylin Green. She'll need a couple more like that.
Similar proceedings for Chris. In the previous game, they played also going for a boundary on the first ball. Again, going for a boundary on the first ball.
Solid defense.
Better pace there by Chris. I think that one was just a quicker ball. 0 spin on it just to get Kaylin thinking about what the ball's going to do.
She gives herself room. Hits it hard. Is that overthrows? Oh, not the best of fielding there. Luckily didn't run to the boundary. A great backing up there by Adeline.
A big no-no there for any team. Backing up in this league is very important. If you don't stop those singles, the score is going to work against you. I still think the Etungu Kudus has got a bit of an upper hand here.
Chris Freeman on his 4th ball. Top stuff. He remains it. He keeps it a wicket to wicket. Big hit. Is that going all the way? It doesn't go as far as the batter would have wanted it to go. And that's 6 runs in the over. 1 ball left. Great bowling by Chris Freeman, keeping things together. And Kaylin Green will get a single to finish the 10th over. Or is that a run out? Ah, not unlucky. Padley will be sent packing. A great fielding there by the Northerns. Great fielding, and that's another wicket. 64 runs for the loss of 2 wickets now. The Etungu Kudus at it again. Coming up next is number 99, and that is one of the international players of the Central Sunrisers team, and that is Sean Fisher. You see he's got a new bat today. And the way he's walking, he looks like a man on the mission. Well, he's got a mountain to climb here, Willie. 11.13 is the required run rate now. 63 runs on the board. They need 115 runs from 10.4.
Good to see Sean coming in. Are you sure it's Sean? Or?
Yes, it's number 99, Sean Fisher. You can see him there stretching it out. Just looking at that run out. Oh, direct hit. The batter had no chance. Paralute goes in diving. Dives in despair. And the umpire can see him in the background. Gives a very good decision. We didn't need any review system there. That was just as clear as snow. Chart comes back. Bowls a bit of a wide delivery. They've got deep point out. And that puts Sean on strike.
Yes, Sean to face his first ball. Kind of intimidating circumstances here. Facing his first ball against the leg spinner. Sean not the tallest of guys. And then obviously facing this very long kid.
Long.
I wonder, tall, yeah. I wonder what's going through Sean's mind at the moment.
He's waiting for the bumper. Oh, and he gets a fuller one. Is that going to be a run out? Big throw. Oh, close.
Well picked up by Pierce. Shied at the stumps, but Sean would have been in well on his, made his ground. So still great running. I think this is what also lacked maybe in the first 4 or 5 overs. Not enough stealing those singles and twos.
You know, Veli, I think the foundation has been set well. VP Maiberg did a great job at the start there. I mean, where they're standing now, it's not the worst of positions, if you think about it. 113 runs from 9 overs is not, it's not a mammoth score. Oh, that one turning a bit.
Yeah, now just in the 11th over. So 9 overs and they need just more than 100 runs. Not impossible, but it's an uphill task. You're talking about 3 boundaries per over minimum. Oh, and just as I said that, Kalen goes for the bigger shot. Will it be a catch? Yes, and taken, collected in the deep by Chris Freeman. What a catch, just hitting him under that ball. Well done, sir.
Great stuff there from the Etungu Kudus. And they grab another one. A lot of wickets falling in quick succession. We had 3 wickets being lost in the past 2 overs. Just looking at the replay, that wasn't the best of shots. He just didn't have the best of balance there. And just squatted down to Chris Freeman. And Chris Freeman will not let that go. That's the opening batter of the Central Sunrisers. And she's sent packing. 65 runs, 2 wickets down. Vili, who do you think is going to win this one?
Nash, just a quick comment. Everyone watching out there, especially the youngsters, very proper. I had a bit of a, would I say, not as positive comment on Chris's fielding, but that is the proper skill. Getting the hands up high, your eyes just seeing your hands and then collecting the ball. Always, kind of in notice of where his hands is in comparison to his eyesight and getting the hands up nice and high and collecting that. Brilliant catching style there from Chris. Yes. Who's going to win this one? Ha, Nash. My money is still on Etungu Kudus. 12 almost now required per over. That is becoming very difficult. I don't think there's any team that has done that, and that is definitely also just getting back to that. A very good chance there for Stuart Pearce collecting it early. Just a bit off balance when he's throwing that to the stumps. Nash, I mean, in any type of cricket, 11 to 12 runs required per over is a daunting task. I think Central Sunrisers with Sean still has an outside chance there with Sean Fisher at the wicket. They've got an outside chance. I don't know how their batting lineup looks further down, but Sean has got all the work to do.
Really, there's still JP Conradi sitting there in the dugout. We can see his son is batting there, and I'm telling you, those two can chase 12 and over. I would put my money on them, and Sean Fisher still being there. It's something that is still pretty possible, still in the cards. Great fielding there by the Northerns, keeping things tight. I think with the Northerns, all they need to do is just stop the boundary ball. That's all they need now.
Yeah, the scoreboard pressure is going to get to Sunrisers soon, especially when it's getting to that 13-14 mark. Then they have to go for it. Each shot needs to be a boundary almost, if you call it that. Well, not each one, but they have to look for the boundary shots more often. So yeah, Etungu Kudus is doing exactly. And that just comes down again to captaincy. I think Chris is reading the conditions just a bit better than was done by the Central Sunrisers. Opting for his spinners and himself to bowl a lot earlier than we've seen with the Central Sunrisers.
Oh, great bowling. You can see the line that he's bowling. He's just firing it in straight. He's not giving Sean a chance to wind up and get any easy hits.
Nash, a bit of a one-day cricket style that we see here. Not tending to go for a big flashy power play. And then almost if they are pushing those singles a lot more, the in-between overs. And I think that's what's creating the pressure on themselves.
Once Sean gets his stride in this game, he needs to look to go big. I mean, if there's any chance, I think this chance is going to be taking in the... Before the 13th over, they have to start going. You can see that run rate keeps creeping up. It's 13. It's almost on 13 now. Their current run rate is sitting at 6. Sean gets another single there in the covers. How is that? Almost run out there at Ruan Conradi's end. Great bowling by Chris Freeman again. Doing it for his team. 72 runs on the board and 3 wickets down. And for those who are just joining us, this is the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. It's the 4th edition of the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League. We have got the Northerns, and that is the Etungu Kudus up against the Central Sunrisers. This looks like the battle of the new kids on the block. Just looking at that replay, he was in definitely there, Vili. It is the Etungu Kudus. They're up against the Central Sunrisers team, and it's not looking so good for the Central Sunrisers. We've got Sean Fisher on. He's now on the non-strikers end. He's there batting with Ruan Conradi. And both of them fairly new batsmen in. A required run rate is 13.4. And the current run rate of the Central Sunrisers is 6. Bowling coming in from the city end. He has done a great job thus far. 20 runs on the board. Is that a flat bad shot? Oh, Sean unlucky. That was a bad ball. Deserves it full treatment and just goes for a single. 3 runs in the first 3 balls.
Chad doing really well as a youngster. He's also one of the junior players in the side. If I'm not mistaken, under 16 this year. Bowling really well.
Big sweep shot. Is the fielder going to get that on? Oh, it just goes through the gap, and that is 4 runs for Ruan Conradi. The Central Sunrisers will be very thankful. And that was a quality sweep shot, something that this bowling deserved. I mean, if you look to bowl to Ruan's pads, he is going to give you the full treatment. He's a very good player of spin.
Pass score now 102. So Central Sunrisers are odd 23, 24 runs behind that. And we see now a lot of flashy shots be starting to come up.
A bit of a fumble there on the boundary, and the Central Sunrisers scamper for 2 runs. Sean Fisher on strike.
This is looking a bit better for the Central Sunrisers, but they're going to need 1 or 2 big overs to pull this just a bit back.
Big hit by Sean. Is it going to go into the boundary? Yes, it will. What a quality shot. 4 runs. Sean Fisher on the strike.
A bit too short there from Chad. Picked up.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Chris Freeman coming in for his 4th over. 84 runs on the board, 94 runs needed from just 7 overs. Big hit by Ruan, down to long off. William Lottering does a good job, collects it well. And it's into Michael Muller.
Ruan playing now a lot more confidently than when he came in. Probably settled now, not a lot of quick bowling, so he's up to the task, especially against the spinners.
Sean looking for another single. I don't think this is the right approach. Maybe Vili, you can, don't quote me on this, but if it was me, geez, I would be losing my bat swinging right now.
They'll have to decide. Only 7 overs left as such. They have to decide when they need to pull the trigger. Still a lot of runs to be scored. I mean, it's odd 90 something that they still need to score. 92 of 6.3 overs. The task is just getting more daunting and daunting.
Looks like Chris Freeman trying to rush the batter there. A very clever tactic. Big hit. Straight to the fielder. Oh, not a bit of a fumble. They're going to get 2. No, they just remain with a single. William Lottering working overtime there at long off.
Nash, just looking at that, winter conditions now properly into flow, and the outfield getting harder and harder each day. So it will definitely play a big role in scoring boundaries, and maybe that's the effect that we saw early morning. The higher score, ball just running to the boundary a lot easier because of the outfield getting, drier and harder each day.
Skiddy there by Chris Freeman, and Sean Fisher just looks to get strike for the next over. A good over again from Chris Freeman. Just 6 runs coming on from the over. 89 runs on the board for the loss of 3. Or it's now 90 runs. And the Northerns looking on top. Keeping the pressure on the Central Sunrisers. Looking to get their first win in the Nedbank Desert Ice T20 League.
The scoring just went still, I hope. She's got a...
About the sponsors.
Yeah, we have talked about the sponsors twice. But
what's this guy's name again? Stuart what?
The game just went off the platform. Oh, there it is again. Fuck. 6 overs left. Okay, good stuff.
Stuart. Is that Stuart? Did you click on? First over from Stuart. Coming in when the Central Sunrisers need 14 and over. Sean trying to hit that one for a massive 6. Doesn't really go his way. And that was leg buys. Ruan Conradi on strike. Misses out on that one. Top fielding from the Northerns. The Etungu Kudus. I should say, Veli, usually when you see sides getting tied down like this, usually it's an indication of having a good keeper. You can see Michael's working out all the angles, trying to make sure everyone's standing on the right spot for each batter. This is brilliant stuff.
Yeah, with the pace that Pierce is bowling, Michael Miller is standing up to the wicket, so that also takes that just equation out where the batsman would like to go down the wicket and reach the flight of the ball and just maybe get more runs of it. But the two in the middle not looking bad, but they're not getting the boundaries. So I must say Chris Freeman, good captaincy here. He's using his maximum fielders out, and that's all. The only thing that he needs to do is stop the boundaries.
Sean Fisher walks across. He doesn't get all hold of that one. He goes down to cow corner. William Lottering, we see him on the screen again, doing a great job fielding. A quality throw into the keeper. One ball remaining.
But getting back to your comment, it's always nice that you can back your keeper, or you've got a good keeper, and you can almost do the impossible with him, giving you chances. Oh, and there we see the 6 from Conradi, picked up very good, very late on it though, but almost hitting that in between the two fielders. So you see a bit of a very squarish kind of cow corner. It's funny to see that position sometimes, and then a very normal deep square and hitting that almost in between the two.
Great shot from Mr. Conradi. Ruan moves on to 19 runs of just 12 deliveries.
These two will definitely have to score now in excess of a 200 strike rate from here on in. 77 or 5 overs, still not impossible. If I can recall, Nash, once we batted, we hit 105 of a power play on UNAM.
Really, if this was you and I batting, this would have been an easy game. Definitely. Just give me strike.
Question marks. But yes, full bloom. I think it's still doable, but the task is getting more difficult by the...
Great bowling by Alexa. First over, and she bowls in the 15th over.
Great to see one of the ladies, Chris Freeman, backing her all the way. Alexa, I think also a youngster female in the team.
She's bowling a very good line. Chris Freeman keeping everything in order. And that's another single. If there's an over, they need to maximize, Vili. I think they need to try
Nash
and
full
get the
toss.
ball going back.
Exactly. Full tosses and the not so good deliveries need to go for 4 runs now. There's no question about it. Etungu Kudus doing the minimum just at the moment to restrict their run rate. They're just doing normal cricket basics. It's all up to Fisher and Ruan now to go and smash the ball.
Alexa doing a great job bowling wicket to wicket, bowling in the block hole, getting those Yorkers in. This is brilliant stuff, bowling under pressure. What more do you want if you have such great bowlers and you have a batting unit like the Northerns displayed today? The Etungu Kudus did a great job to get 170. And now they're bowling brilliantly, keeping the Central Sunrisers in check.
Just looking at that shot again, the new umpires' kits looking nice and flashy in their new clothing. Must say, Tangi looking very much like a professional ump in that suit of his.
Tangi is one of the upcoming super umpires in Namibia, and he also does play for the national team. We saw him a couple of months ago.
No cash, no stress.
Just grab your order.
And just like that, you're on your way.
It's effortless with Pay Today.
Talking about Tanguy Nyoma is one of the upcoming super players. He's a quickie who's playing for the Run Whisperers in this Desert Ice League. And you saw him playing for the Namibian A-side, and that was a couple of months ago. A big hit by Sean Fisher, doesn't get over the boundary, just clears the 30-yard circle, and that is one run. Sure to be glad with that. Ruan Conradi on strike. He finished this over with a big boundary. Is he going to do the same now? Flat bat.
Nash, just looking at the scoreboard, 107 for the loss of 3. I think not too good at batting tactics. If you're chasing that mammoth score, you have to go for the shot. Required run rate now 19, almost, as you would say. It creeps in. It gives you that idea that you need to score 20 runs of each over going from here on in. Doable, but unfortunately, I think with the wickets in hand, they could have gone a lot quicker or a lot earlier trying to achieve that run rate.
You know, in big ranches like this, you never let it go to the end. As a batting unit, you need to start chasing early. Because at the end of the day, it's always less pressure for a bowler to bowl to a... Oh, was that almost a catch? A big hit by Ruan. William Lottering puts it down, but he does well to save the boundary. We can see the Central Sunrisers looking to change gears now. But 68 from 3 overs. That'll be a record, Willie. Just 20 runs and over. What do you think? One job?
Now it's time to pull that hand grenade and just go for each ball. You've got wickets in the dugout just sitting there waiting. I mean, yes, you can still get lucky with if a miracle comes your way, a 30-run over. That would be favorable for everyone. And just as I say that, there we go for the 4 byes extras, and it's probably going to be called a wide. Extra ball 4.
And Willie, that'll be actually 10 runs for them in the over with a ball to spare. So it looks like the odds are with Central Sunrisers, maybe. Can they still chase this? 116 is the score, 62 runs needed from 3.1. Ruan is to finish this over with a boundary if things are going to be looking a bit easier for the Central Sunrisers.
6 out is what I'm calling it now. You have to put it on the line. There is batsmen in the dugout. Only 3 overs left after this. The 2 lads now need to push.
Go big or go home. Last ball of the 17th over. Ruan goes for the big hit. He doesn't get all of it. And he goes for just 1 run.
This is turning out to be a game of 2 sides. Going forward earlier, we saw the young Michael Miller and Hendrik going for it almost from the moment set out. Michael just starting off a bit slower, but I mean after over 5, he was so in his groove. He hit 6s and 4s to all boundaries, and similar for Hendrik, where in this innings we saw Jeppe Maiberg just getting into his groove and then unfortunately losing his wicket. But just looking at the scores now, 21 of 20 and 24 of 18, not either of these batsmen really forcing the run rate.
Willie, I just think it's just great bowling from the Northerns. The Etungu Kudus have bowled well from ball 1. They knew exactly what their plan was. It looks like they got a good briefing from their captain on what he wanted. The wicketkeeper, Michael Muller, doing a great job, making sure all the angles are there. You can see the fielders running around, getting in place. Alexa has bowled brilliantly, Willie. That first over going for 5 against professional cricketers, I think that is gold.
A full toss.
Could that be called a no ball? Was very high. I don't see the umpire showing his hand. Sure, minimum call there.
That was a big hit by Ruan Conradi. 6 runs to start Alexa's over. Just checking that replay. That was a very good shot. A flat batted Willie goes all the way down to cow corner. And then a single to complement the big hit by Ruan Conradi. Sean Fisher on strike. 21 runs from 20 balls. Sean Fisher has to do something now. 54 runs needed from 2.4. Oh, he tries to make room. It doesn't work out. A great ball by Alexa. Block hole, a quality yoker.
The young lady bowling really well. I mean, she's got a task here. And that was bowled to Sean Fisher, and he could only manage a single. So, yes, she is up to the task.
Ruan Conradi on strike. Good length. Alexa, 1 run to cow corner. Great bowling. Even though she went for 6 on the first ball, but it looks like she's got one plan and one plan only. Aim for the block hole.
The win looks to be on the cards here for Etungu Kudus. Magic now needs to happen for the Central Sunrisers.
Oh, that should be a no ball. Big hit by Sean. He won't let that go, and that is 4 runs. Sean would have hoped for maybe 2 more runs from that. If only that was a 6, but we'll take it, and that'll be a no ball. Free hit called by umpire Tangi.
Central Sunrisers will need a couple of those to get that mammoth 52 of 2.2.
13 runs so far in the over. Oh, misses out. He gets a full banger and doesn't get all of it. Great bowling by Alexa. A good comeback after the no ball. And that is 15 runs from the over so far. Another full toss. Is it going to go all the way?
Called no ball.
Oh, unlucky. Ball goes past Hendrik. He runs past it. And that is 4 runs. Will that be another no ball? It looks like the tables are turning. Central Sunrisers getting 20 from the over with a free hit.
Still to come, yes. Magic happening out there now. As I've just said, to 1 or 2 spills on the fielding side going up. And then we saw that just like I would mention, just looking at that replay, the fielder not looking at the spin of the ball, just overrunning it.
She doesn't go for a boundary on the free hit, but she goes for 20 runs in her second over. The score moves on to 138. 20 needed per over now.
40 of the last 2 overs, Nash, yes. Bit of magic there in the last over. They need that repeat now. Luck needs to be on the side of the Central Sunrisers. With Sean Fisher still in the middle, and Ruan, I think it's doable. They're now 37 for 23. That is Ruan and Sean Fisher, 27 of 23. They will have to pick up. They will have to pick up.
Willie, this is when they need to make use of their wickets. Now they have 7 wickets left. They have to go hard in this over. And it's now or never. Big hit. Is it going to go all the way to the boundary? It doesn't have the power. And they run 2 runs. Ruan Conradi is still on strike. 2 runs from the first ball. He needs 3 more 6s now.
Good captaincy by Chris Freeman. He's got his cow corner in a very square position. And I say he's got his 5 fielders out. So all the work to be done by the 2 batsmen.
Ruan Conradi going at 1s and 2s. It's not needed right now. They need to go big. Get a couple of balls over the boundary. Sean Fisher on strike, sitting on 27 from 23 balls. Big hit. Is that going for 4? Chris Freeman is there. He's not looking to show us his soccer skills anymore. He's up to business. Great bowling by Stewart. 2-1-1 dot. 2 balls left in the over. Stewart just looking at the cricket ball.
They need a 6. Somewhere in these 2 last balls, they need a 6.
Big hit. He misses it, and that is a dot ball, something much needed by the Northerns. Stewart was already celebrating. He thought that was hitting.
Yes, very lucky to miss the wickets there, or very unlucky for the bowler. 36 of 1.1. They need a 6 dearly.
Go ball, surely. Oh, he doesn't get over the boundary. William Lottering will collect. And that is the end of the 19th over. Now we move on to the last over. 36 runs needed. Now we move on to the last over, and we've got Xander coming in. He's got 35 runs to defend. Ruan Conradi. He goes down the track. Almost goes past Chart. Great fielding there by Chart. He bowled brilliantly, now is doing the work with the fielding. 41 runs for Ruan Conradi. Looking to get his 50 on the 5 balls remaining. Flat bat from Sean. It doesn't time it at all, and that is a single.
Definitely a summary of the lower batsmen of Sean, and they're just not timing the ball very well. And even that ball was a bit miscued. Slower balls working and doing its job. And I must say, between the 2 teams, I think that is the big difference. Chris Freeman using his slower balls and obviously his spinners a lot better.
A great ball by Xander. That was right in the block hole. The Etungu Kudus have got a couple of great bowlers there. If we just look onto the statistics, very low economy for most of their slower bowlers, as you're saying, Vili. Etungu Kudus winning this one in style. They've got 3 balls left. And Sean gets a Jaffa. Just goes past outside off. You can see him smiling there. There's not much he could have done. Xander.
You're on.
Xander doing a great job there. Brilliant stuff. Sean Fisher on strike, 29 runs from 26 balls. And he just uses the pace, hoping that'll go to the boundary. A great fielding by Chart. And Sean will come back for 2. 1 ball remaining. And they need 32 runs. Oh, did they run for another one? A bit of a misfield there by Michael Muller. He's losing concentration on that second last ball.
A little too late for Central Sunrisers. They should have had that impotence, the urge to go for more. And it seems like it's all such a bit little too late, like I mentioned. They had to go for those type of shots much earlier in the game. And a big misfield there by the fielder in the deep, completely misreading the catch, and the ball runs for 4 runs.
Ruan Conradi finishes off with the boundary, but the Central Sunrisers don't manage to win this one. It was the Northerns, the Etungu Kudus, who take this one.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative sport tourism.
I think I might have forgotten my wallet.
When customers are ready to pay, make it easy with Pay Today. A simple, fast, and convenient way to accept payments and keep business moving. Add Pay Today to your business.